Hey everybody, we're back for round 2, and unfortunately I don't think this hand is keepable. We've got an Arbor Elf, but we also have 2 of our big green guys in our hand, which means we're not going to be natural ordering into them. We also don't have anything past turn 1 play until we hit Garrick, so we are going to have to mull that, unfortunately. This looks a lot better. Turn 1, nothing. Turn 2, we can Tribe Elder, get another land. Turn 3, we're going to have stuff. We can eventually get Everflowing Chalice out, so we'll keep that. We do have to draw into natural order, but we do have this pattern here, so we could maybe cheat out Emrakul somehow. Our opponent doesn't play any shenanigans turn 1. That's what I like to see. But I do feel like in these upper brackets we're going to see some pretty fun stuff before long. Second island and another go. Maybe we're seeing a control deck. Does he want to control away my Elder? He doesn't. Cool. So I can go and get a mountain off the Elder. Another island. Now we're going to see something. Scroll Rack. So he pays 1, taps it. Exile any number of cards from your hand face down. Put that many cards from the top of your library into your hand. Look at the exiled cards. Put them on top. Okay, so trade stuff in your hand for stuff on top. So kind of Brainstorm. Sort of Brainstorm in a way. We're going to sack that and go and get a mountain. Frig! I hit OK on the damn trigger again. Ugh. Alright, I need to take my hand just off that. That is obnoxious. I don't know. Maybe I Everflowing Chalice for 1 counter. Yeah, let's do it. Oops. 1 counter. Pay 2. Well, that's pretty annoying. At least I don't need the red just yet, right? Still quite annoying, though. I'm so used to clicking something and there being a trigger that I have to respond to. But not with fetch lands or with Sakura Tribe Elder. Well, hey, we came back from it last game, so maybe I can do it again. But I have just a feeling this might be a better deck. We can get out the Hermit next turn, I think. And then we could even do something crazy like... Or no, I don't have the mana for that. I was going to say I could play Deranged Hermit and throw Pattern of... What's it called? Pattern of Rebirth on it. Oh, Lotus. Things are going to happen, I think. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's 6 mana he's got. 7 mana he's got. There goes the Lotus. Down comes a Frost Titan. Oh. Oh. Just going to tap down my elf. And I think we're just toast. And a Weathered Wayfarer. So, I guess we'll make some squirrels. It's whenever he attacks too, right? Yep. Well, that's unfortunate. Journey to Nowhere, that's going to take my Hermit, I think, making my squirrels all 1/1s. Yep. But hey, at least I don't have to pay the echo cost. So putting Pattern of Rebirth on one of the squirrels doesn't really help out. He's going to tap that elf down again. I will just take 6. Elise, green, green, 1, 2, 3. I can get her, which I can get the hermit back. Actually, yeah, I like that. Because that's going to give me 8 2/2 squirrels. He may just have a counter, though. Nope, no counter. So let's blow up the journey. Let's get the hermit back. And echo is when you cast it, right? Oh no, it's when it came under. Yeah. So I'm going to have to pay that next turn. And then maybe we just swing in with the squirrels for 8. Take them to 12. Yeah, let's do it. So he's going to swing in with the Titan, tap down something. But he is facing down 16 damage worth of squirrels, which can't be good for him. He's going to scroll rack. So he's going to throw away, what was it, 3 cards and then draw 3 cards and then put 3 cards on top of his library. Is that how it works? You ditch your hand, you redraw your hand, and then you put your old hand on top of the library. Right. It's a pretty good card. So he's got a new hand. Who knows what could be in it? I guess he may not be able to attack in with the Frost Titan this turn. And even if he blocks 2 squirrels, lethal still gets through in squirrels. It's not impossible to come back from this, especially since he's only on 3 untapped lands. Four on-tap lands. So he's got 2 cards in hand. Presumably whatever was in his hand wasn't good enough. So he scroll racked them away. He is going to come in with the Frost Titan at me. So Fraley's is going to get to make an elf next turn. He's going to tap down a forest. That doesn't do much. So he's still facing down 16 damage in squirrels. Venzer. Enters the battlefield, return target spell or permanent to its owner's hand. So maybe he bounces back. I'm not sure what he bounces back. He bounces back the Arbor Elf because then I can't. Okay, I see. I see what you were doing. So I can't pay for the Deranged Hermit. Makes sense. No, I can't pay for it. So my squirrels all become boring little 1/1s again. We draw a Thrun. I'm going to make an elf. So if I swing in with all the squirrels, he could block 2. He'd lose his Weathered Wayfarer. He'd go to 6. I would have a Druid and Thrun up to block the Titan. I guess I kind of have to play out to Craterhoof Behemoth, don't I? It's kind of my primary way out at the moment. I guess I could Solemn Simulacrum. Because this guy doesn't have trample, so I do have blockers for quite a while. So this guy will get me a land. And I'll go and get a mountain. And I'm not going to touch a damn thing. So that is a trigger because it's an end of the battlefield trigger. So I'll hit OK. And my hand comes far away from the keyboard. I say yes. And then we grab a mountain. And then we pass the turn. So he can attack me and I'll throw a squirrel in the way. Maybe I just throw Simulacrum in the way and get another card draw. And he's now drawing his old hand. So even scroll racking here wouldn't make sense because he would see the last two cards that he already threw away of his hand, unless they were pretty important. So actually, I could do something fun here. I could throw Pattern of Rebirth onto Solemn Simulacrum and destroy Solemn Simulacrum with Freyalise and get out Emrakul. So if we live, I can do that. He's going to O-ring Freyalise, I bet. So that plan is no more. Yeah, goodbye Freyalise. He's going to swing in with that Frost Titan. Oh, he's not. Okay. Fine by me. I will pop down a mountain. And then what will I do? Maybe I just swing in with the Simulacrum. If I get in for 2, cool. If he dies, I draw a card, cool. He's going to let me draw a card. Sounds good. What do we get? We get a forest. So I guess we're going to go with Thrun. Leave up mana to regenerate him. He can't be targeted by Frost Titan, so we'll just pass the turn. And we can actually Craterhoof Behemoth when we draw it. So this lets him search for a land. Sure. And he has to sacrifice, or did he? Oh, he just gets to do it. That's pretty good. And it's any land. It's not basic land either. That's pretty good. So he goes and gets a scrub land, which is black-white. He's going to scroll rack, throw away those cards, draw a new hand. So do I have an easy way to get rid of Oblivion Ring other than Freyalise? Not off the top of my head, unfortunately. Drops a plains. So there's 3 cards he doesn't necessarily want on top of his library, one of which is a scrubland. No attacks, and passes the turn. Alright. Hey, Woodfall Primus, that blows up Oblivion Ring. So green, green, green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can't hit Frost Titan because it would get countered because we only have 1 extra mana off that. But we can blow up O-Ring. And then we can actually blow up Scroll Rack. I was thinking of Skull Clamp. So yeah, let's go Woodfall. He may have a counter, who knows? It'd be bad news if he did. Oh, we can't blow that up anyways because it's non-creature permanent, of course. No counter, so let's blow up that O-Ring. Let's get Freyalise back. And then let's blow up that Skull Rack. Scroll Rack, Frig. Alright. Little bit back in control. A little bit. Wish I still had the Solemn Simulacrum so I could do that pattern of rebirth, destroy kind of thing. So Thirst of Knowledge, he's going to draw 3 cards and then discard 2 cards unless he discards an artifact card. Those are going to be cards that he threw away. So goodbye Grim Monolith. So yeah, of course he only has to throw away the one because it was an artifact. The fact that it was brown threw me for a second. It's been a while since I've seen a brown artifact. He's going to go search for a land. So I almost have lethal, but he has such a full hand, I don't want to rush into it, because I'm at 8. Frost Titan and Venser kill me. Exalted Angel. Whenever it deals damage, you gain that much life, so it has lifelink, but it as a trigger. So a 4/5, eh? It's not great. Llanowar Elves. So I guess we'll make an elf. I could even put Pattern of Rebirth on the Woodfall. That way he's even less likely to want to block it. I am on a 2-turn clock, though. He could just chump, attack, chump, attack. So he didn't chump that turn. So I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, I really need Crater of Behemoth. Pretty badly. I don't have a great way to deal with flyers. And if he can make that flyer bigger, I'm in a lot of trouble. I've got 11 of mana available right now. So if I draw Kozilek, I can cast it. Can't remember what Kozilek does offhand, though. Natural Order would be pretty good right now. I could go and get Craterhoof Behemoth and sack a Druid for it. So he's going to gain some life and go up to 10. Creatures without flying can't attack. Oh, friggin' moat. That's bad news. Wasn't I at 8? Didn't he deal 4 damage to me? Did I gain 4 life somehow? Hey, Natural Order. Not gonna do me a lot of good. I don't have any flyers, I don't think. Didn't he deal me 8? Or 4? Oh, I'm completely missing that Freyalise is dead. So he attacked Freyalise. So I don't think I have any green flyers. I don't think I have any green flyers. I guess I have Terastodon. Does Terastodon blows up non-land permanents, actually. So that is an option. So let's go and get Terastodon. And let's, while we're in the library, look at some other things. So Craterhoof Behemoth, unfortunately, is not a go. So I do get to blow up permanents with Terastodon. Kozilek, what do you do? Annihilator 4. When I cast him, I get to draw 4 cards. Okay. So I can bring in Terastodon, blow up Moat, and then actually attack in for quite a bit. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to blow up Moat, which is going to give him a 3/3. So he can then block 3 of my guys. So he could block that, that, and let's say that. So that'd be 7, 8, 9. That would be coming through, taking him to 1. But then I would have no blockers left. I don't necessarily need land. So I can blow up a mountain of mine to get a 3/3. And I can blow up the ever-flowing chalice. It might screw me over a little bit if I do get... so what is it? It's non-creature permanent? Non-creature permanent. If I do get Crater Hoof Behemoth, because then I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, yeah, it'd still be fine. So yeah, let's blow up the ever-flowing chalice. Get a couple of elephants down. I will use his ability. I will swing in with Woodfall Primus. He'll probably just chump block here. But then next turn I could be threatening. I should be threatening lethal next turn. Unless he can kill me this turn somehow. And of course with his flyer, he's presenting lethal next turn. So I'm gonna basically have to attack with everything next turn and just hope. Council's Judgment. That's exile, isn't it? So he's probably going to exile the Woodfall Primus. Or maybe Thrawn, or maybe the Trastodon, who knows? He voted for the Woodfall Primus. That's unfortunate. Goodbye, Woodfall Primus. Doesn't even die either, so I don't get to go and get Emrakul. But now the question is, am I still presenting lethal? He's going to hit in, go up to 8. This doesn't have trample. This doesn't exist anymore. So he goes up to 8. He can block 1, 2, 3. He can block 4 things. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm still presenting exactly lethal to him if he attacks with that angel. Right? Because he can block 4 things. He can block the elephant, Thrun, and an elf. So no, actually, I'm presenting 9 damage to him. So let's just swing in. He has to have something in hand or I think he loses. Attack with all. That forest, unfortunately, did nothing for us. So yeah, he blocks Thrun. He blocks an elephant. He blocks an elephant. He blocks that. That's 9 coming through. Do we have it? We have it. Wow. We actually pulled it out against a pretty solid deck. We're going to have to see if we can do that in game 2. We had Emrakul coming out with a Gaia's Cradle. If we had the turns, we could have hard-casted him. Wow. Surprised that works. So flyers. What on earth are we going to do against flyers? Pithing Needle. Activated abilities of sources with the chosen name can't be activated. So what could that hit? Scroll Rack. And that's about it that I saw, I think. So yeah, we'll ignore that for the time being. I guess Emrakul's our flyer, right? Chandra's Phoenix is a flyer. Molten Rain, didn't see any lands that I desperately want off the battlefield of his. I think we just go back in and we try to do that again. Maybe a bit faster. So yeah, let's submit that and go to game 2. Or, yeah, game 2 of round 2. I really wish I could have pulled off that Pattern of Rebirth on Solemn Simulacrum, blow it up myself play. That would have been nice. What's the earliest I could do that? I could do turn 1 Llanowar Elf. Turn 2 Mountain. Turn 3 Pattern of Rebirth on the Elf. Turn 4 blow it up Emrakul. Not bad. So what do we have? We have not much, and we have the Woodfall Primus in hand, but I guess we have Huntmaster. This is unfortunately a bit of a fair hand. I'll keep it, but this is playing normal Magic. I don't want to play normal Magic. I want to play 15 creatures on my board by turn 7 Magic. So we can Manic Vandal his Scroll Rack at least, if he plays it quickly. So he's going to Delta into a land. That land is Scrubland. Pretty good. I wonder what the black's for. Did we see anything with black? Mox Diamond, sure thing. Guess what we're going to blow up as soon as possible? The Mox Diamond. So he's got Lotus and Mox Diamond. Grim Monolith. I think we blow up the Grim Monolith instead of the Mox Diamond, to be honest. Come on, Elf. You are really not an elf. Wow. That's bad news. That's 2 of my big guys in my essentially opening hand. So he's looking at 3, 4, 5. He's looking at 6 mana on turn 2. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Ugh. Come on. Emrakul doesn't need to be here. Maybe his 7-drop, I can incinerate it. I doubt it. I would expect to see a Titan or something right now. Next turn we can blow up the Monolith at least. Make things a bit more fair. Natural Order, eh? Goodbye, Monolith. Unless he can counter it. He can't. Goodbye, Monolith. And we'll pass the turn. So unfortunately we need a green creature for Natural Order to do anything. And Natural Order can only really go and get our... There's Scroll Rack, of course. Why not? And he's going to Scroll Rack right away. So he must not have been sitting on stuff. He must have just had a lot of mana acceleration in his hand and said, hey, that looks good to me, I'll keep it. So Natural Order can only go and get Craterhoof. That's not good with only a couple creatures on the board. So we're going to drop this, which at least gets 2 creatures out. So I could Natural Order the Wolf. Craterhoof Behemoth would be 5, 6, 7. So that'd be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, Craterhoof Behemoth would be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Be almost lethal if I did pull out Craterhoof Behemoth. So depending on what he plays, we might do that. Dungeon Geists. That's going to tap down Huntmaster, I would presume. Which I'm pretty okay with, I think. And actually, I could just incinerate the Dungeon Geists. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pass the turn. I'm going to flip Huntmaster, deal 2 to him. And 2 to the Geists, I guess. And then end of his turn, I'll incinerate the Geists. He's going to scroll rack again. So he's really digging for stuff. Really digging. But if he doesn't have a counter for natural order, then I think I'll actually win this. So he drew 3 more cards. He's got 4 land. Black, white, white, blue, anything. And he's going to tap out for a moat. Friggin' moat. Alright. Sure, enjoy your moat. You going to attack with that Dungeon Geist? Well, I'm going to blow it up. Gonna blow it up. So I need to blow up moat somehow with my Terastodon in my hand. How does that work? I don't want a natural order for Craterhoof Behemoth. So green, green, 1, 2, 3. I need 3 more for Terastodon. Green, green, 1, 2, green, green, 1, 2. Green, green, 1, 2, 3. What the hell am I doing? I need 2 more for Woodfall Primus, which will blow up moat as well. So I guess we just pass turn and get a wolf. Yeah, let's just pass turn and get a wolf. Gain 2 life. The wolf will help power up Gaia's Cradle if I happen to pull it. He's going to scroll rack. And he's going to pass the turn. All right. Wait. Why didn't that flip? I didn't cast anything. Did he? Oh, you have to cast 2 spells. What the hell am I thinking? So, I really don't have much to natural order into, because all 3 of my big guys are down here. But maybe we cast it and just see what I have sitting in my library. So let's blow up the wolf. This is going to be a really sad natural order. Deranged Hermit, Bloodbraid Elf. And Bloodbraid Elf wouldn't be cast, so I wouldn't get Cascade off of it. So maybe the Hermit. Just get more creatures down. Because I'm really basically drawing out to Gaia's Cradle or Freyalise. Yeah, Deranged Hermit. And we'll pass the turn. Or I'm drawing out to 2 lands. That too. So he can keep scroll racking for fun and profit if he wants to. And he is. So, I mean, he's only really seeing, what, like 1 new card a turn? Or maybe 2 new cards a turn by scroll racking? Because if he has 3, he throws away 3, he draws 3. So he knows the top 3. He'll draw 1. I guess he's seeing about 2 new cards a turn. So I guess that's still actually good card advantage. Weathered Wayfarer, sure thing. Cast another spell. Give me another wolf. I'd be okay with that. Yeah, here we go. As long as it's not a good spell. Play a bad spell, please. And not a flyer. Alright, just passing the turn. So I will pay the Echo. I will draw a forest, pass the turn. So 1 more forest, and I can blow up that moat. One more forest. Wait, green, green, green. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, 2 more forests. Two more forests that I can blow it up either with Primus or with Terastodon. Primus is the better choice, that way he doesn't get an elephant. He's going to get a land and then maybe Scroll Rack again. I wonder what he's digging for. Maybe just the Angel. It's also killing his clock. Absolutely killing his clock. I'm also 2 land away from Emrakul if one of those lands are a Gaia's Cradle. He's also really hoping I don't hit Fraley's. Down comes Elspeth. Okay. So he can give creatures flying and a bit of a boost. So I'm going to need to draw my answers very soon. Blood Braid. Let's see what she hits. And that'll be 2 spells, actually, so I will get to Arbor Elf. Sure. But I get to flip the Ravager, so that's a thing. Man, do I ever want Gaia's Cradle. So a land would let me blow up Moat with Arbor Elf. He's scroll racking some more. And I do have 12 lands left out of 22 cards, so I have a better than 50% chance of drawing a land. He's going to give that flying and attack with it, so I'll take 4. He doesn't cast a spell, so Huntmaster flips. I get to blow that soldier up. I don't want to redirect that to Elspeth. You're not a land, but I guess you help me get Woodfall Primus online next turn. Anything else I really want to do this turn? I guess I could flip him again by casting Thrun. Sure, cast all the things. So that will let me blow up the... Or no, he's going to flip back and I'm going to gain 2 life and get a wolf. Right. So I can get Woodfall Primus and then swing in for an awful lot. He's down below 5 minutes now. And we're seeing a tap out for Sphinx of the Steel Wind. Pro red and green. Alright, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. He's going to swing in for 10 here. Alright. Oh, this doesn't have haste. Great. He's only going to swing in for 4. So I can win, right? I think. Green, green, green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woodfall Primus, blow up Moat. Attack for 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. 20, 24. He can block 6 of it. So he blocks Thrun, let's say. And he gains 6. He goes to 21. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, my... Oh, I take him to 1. I take him to 1. Oh, come on. Come on. Well, let's do it. I take him to 1 this turn. Oh, I can't do this. I need to... on tap a forest, Woodfall Primus, blow up the Moat. And then I attack with everybody, right? Because he can hit me back for 10. I'm fine with that. Attack with all creatures. He's going to block Thrun. Thrun will die, and he'll go to 1. Well, let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do. He's going to O-ring Primus, I assume. Yep. Well, I still have more than 1 damage on the board. So there's that. Although I guess I'm going to need to do actually potentially up to 11 damage. Bone Shredder. Destroy target non-artifact, non-block black creature. So he's going to blow up the Hermit, I would bet. Goodbye, Hermit. So, I mean, I think I'm still pretty fine. I can still Crater Hoof Behemoth, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I can still Crater Hoof Behemoth. And that will still be an awful lot coming at him. He's going to go to 10. So I Crater Hoof Behemoth and everything's really big. Crater Hoof. Attack with everything. So that's what, like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. It's a lot. So yeah, I got him to like negative 100 or something there. So we won. We're 2-0. Our deck is firing on all cylinders, so I'm pretty happy with that. So I will see you guys back here for round 3 and see if we can 3-0 this.